Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good night, and welcome to Jazzy Conversations. I'm Teef.
And I'm Gigi.
And we're excited to be here.
Listen, thanks for checking in.
Welcome to Jazzy Conversations. I'm Teef.
I'm Gigi.
G, we are back.
Come on. We keep it rolling.
Hey, listen, we were gone for about 3 weeks. Unexpected, you know.
Yep.
We were supposed to be gone for 2 weeks, guys. All right. We apologize. We were gone for 2 weeks. That was planned. Our producer travels a lot. Gigi travels a lot. We had a lot going on. I was able to have a little get together. We had a nice good time.
I had a great time. Me and my husband Adam.
We had a great time. A lot of jokes. And we brought out a nice crowd. So that was fun. But we're back. So today we're gonna have on the mayor.
Yes, we are.
And that's
the
how you
mayor
come
of
back.
New Haven.
That's how you come back.
Hit him with the here it is, some
Absolutely.
power moves.
Listen, so it's re-election time.
Yes.
He's going to come on and talk about what his campaign looks like. We're going to give him the platform. Tell us, let us know what's going on in the city of New Haven.
That's right.
Right.
That's
so we've had it on before, and he did an amazing job. His numbers was great.
Yes,
So,
he did.
I mean,
right away, too.
It
off the
helped
rip.
us out. I mean, he helped us out a lot as well.
Thank you, Mayor.
So we appreciate it. But before we begin, we're going to play our games. All right. So before we start, please support us. Hit subscribe and give us the thumbs up, okay? Also, feel free to email us, teefgg@gmail.com, teefgg@gmail.com, okay? This is going to be a great interview with the mayor. Listen to what he has to say, what's going on in the city of New Haven. And if you're from around the world, please do not tune out, okay? Please do not tune out. We've been gone for some time, so we want to get our numbers back up there.
That's
we want
right.
to continue to do well.
And even though these are we have some local guests over the next few weeks. We want to talk a little about the actor strike and what's happening, right?
So we had a roster. I'm glad you said that. So Gigi and I, as we said in the past, we meet once a week on a Thursday and we go over the roster. And so we had this long roster of, and to God be the glory, we've had all these celebrities come on to bring them to Little New Haven. And so we had more celebrities coming on. However, with the actors strike and the writers strike, some people reported, said, Teef, listen, I can't come on. I can't do it because of the situation.
They can't do interviews.
Absolutely.
Right.
No problem. So Gigi and I said, listen, let's circle back. We have some people right here in Greater New Haven or in the state of Connecticut.
They have a great story to tell.
And let's bring them on our platform. So moving forward, we have the mayor, and we're going to move forward with some really influential people that we want you to hear their story.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. So with that being said, G,
Yes.
let's play our games. And please play along with us, all right?
Toss me some light ones, Teef.
I'm going to throw her some shit. No.
I want to win.
All right. So these questions about
the people want to see me win. Don't try to push past it. The people want to see me win.
This girl's so funny. She crazy. All right, here we go. Yeah. So these are New Haven questions. Let's see how good you know New Haven. All right. So, Gigi.
Yes.
5 questions.
5 questions.
Which founding father of the United States became New Haven's first mayor? Now I'm going to give you 4 choices. Roger Sherman, Oliver Wolcott, Josiah Bartlett, or John Hancock?
Roger Sherman.
All right. And the answer is?
Yeah.
You got it correct. Look at G. Look. She happy now. All right.
I like to win.
What society was founded in New Haven? Knights of Columbus, Freemason,
You mean Freemason?
Shriners,
Freemason?
Freemason.
Okay.
Shriners and Illuminati. I know. Those are the questions they gave me. Which one?
The Knights of Columbus, I think. I'm on fire. You can't stop me. Listen, I'm shooting from downtown.
She's 2-0.
It's amazing.
All right. Okay.
I didn't like that level of enthusiasm. Bring it up. Bring it up.
I'm sorry, G. I'm sorry.
Bring it up.
She's a nut. Okay. I got to get some more. Hold on. 1 second.
All right.
I'm going to find them.
Wants to stump me, but today I'm on the wrong, feeling it.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Which river drains New Haven?
Okay.
Quinnipiac
River.
All of the above, Mill River, West River. What's the answer?
Wait, which it drains New Haven?
Drains New Haven. Quinnipiac River, all of these, all of the above, Mill River or West River. That's what it says.
Wait, all of the above, meaning Mill River and Quinnipiac River and
And West Haven River.
no, I don't know. Is there a West Haven River?
Which
All right,
river
I'm
drains New
gonna
Haven?
go with
Quinnipiac.
Quinnipiac River. Okay. What do we have?
Mill River, West Haven River, or all the above?
I guess all of the above.
All the
I
above.
didn't know about a West Haven River. That's
Yeah.
interesting. I have to go see
I'm
if I
just
could
asking the
dip my
questions.
toe in the West Haven River. I didn't know there was one. All right, West Haven.
Okay. New Haven is linked to which death of which English monarch? James one, William the Third, Elizabeth one, Charles one. Just guess.
I will just guess because I do not know.
'Cause I don't know.
You said is there a William the First in
It
that?
says James one,
I'm
William
making
the
up stuff.
Third, Elizabeth one, Charles one. Charles the first.
Elizabeth. Isn't no, I don't think it's a woman. I don't think it's a woman.
Okay.
Charles the whatever number you gave me.
Charles first.
Listen, she
She's
can't be stopped.
she's
You all
on
saw
point.
it here.
She's having a good one. Okay.
Other than that old West Haven River that tripped me up. Okay,
All
what
right,
else? You got
now,
another one for me?
that was three. Have
Wasn't
two
that
more?
four? I'm
Was that
not
four?
sure.
That was four?
I think it was four.
Okay, here
yeah.
we go. This is the last one,
Last
guys. And you
one.
guys got to answer the questions as well. All right. New Haven is noted for having the highest percentage of blank American residents any U.S. city. Of any U.S. city.
Blank American residents in
Of
any
any U.S.
any
city.
U.S. city.
New Haven is noted for having the highest percentage of
Okay,
blank
percentage.
Americans
Okay.
residents of any U.S. city.
Okay.
Italian, African, Native, Irish.
Italian.
Italian is the answer.
Listen, who are you dealing with here?
She's on.
Who are you dealing with here?
She's on fire. She's on
Who
fire.
are you dealing with?
Give it to
this
me,
is
Gene.
Gigi.
Oh,
All
my
right, I
goodness,
love it.
that's my girl.
I
She's a
love it.
nut.
Thank you. Thank
Listen,
you.
we have an amazing show.
Yes.
Please stay tuned. We have the mayor coming on. I hope you guys are ready. You ready? Here we go. Welcome to Jazzy Conversations. I'm Teef.
And I'm Gigi.
And G, we are back. And look who we have on the screen.
Mayor Elicker, welcome back to Jazzy Conversations.
Absolutely.
Good to be here. Good to be here. How are you?
Mayor Elicker was our fourth guest.
He was early on.
It
I
was
think
early
it was on
on.
number 4. Yes.
And since that time, good things have happened for us.
Yes.
And we believe good things are happening for you. And we want to talk about the re-election campaign, and we just want to, see what's
Check
going on in the city.
with
Yes.
you. Also, what's happening in Elicker's world.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Happy to have the conversation. Let's dive in.
Yes.
Okay. So you've been mayor for 4 years. We're going into your third term. How's the city looking?
It's a combination of things are growing remarkable well, and people are also really struggling, right? I think we have to be real about both those things. So you look at the amount of development that's happened in the city, the cranes are in the sky, new build. And it's been, the development is in two primary areas. One is on the residential side. A lot of people are moving to New Haven. A lot of people want to live in the city. A lot of people are understanding what we knew all along, that New Haven's just a great place to live. And then the other side of this is the commercial development, particularly in biosciences and life sciences sector. A lot of that has to do with Yale University, the medical school, and the hospital, and so we've seen a lot of growth in that area as well. And so when you look at that, you think, wow, things are really booming in the city, right? And there's a lot of good things about that growth, right? It creates more jobs, whether it's construction jobs or people working in bioscience, life sciences industry that aren't just kind of PhD jobs, but there's a lot of other types of jobs that are available for folks. And so it's a great thing, but at the same time, we talk with people in the community, and while things are improving, we still face our challenges. And I think in particular, there's a couple of challenges that are most pressing for us right now. One is around housing, and we're seeing a lot more struggles around housing. The other is around education. And we're certainly seeing our young people have been impacted pretty significantly by COVID, and we're trying to really work hard to get our young people on track. And the
Mm-hmm.
third area is public safety, which New Haven has always faced challenges, and we're doing a lot to confront that right now, making some progress. But
Mm-hmm.
we still have challenges there.
Yeah. I want to start with probably as a softball. Right? What do you think are the ways that New Haven is distinguished from other towns, like other towns that are like us in size? What are the things about New Haven, from your perspective, that are just doing amazing, doing well, and just outstanding?
So the New York Times, about maybe it was a year ago, had New Haven recognized as one of the top 52 places to visit in the world.
I remember that
Right.
article. Hmm.
I'll repeat
Right.
that, in the world, right?
There
Not
you
in
Yeah.
the
go. There you
US,
go.
in the world. So
I did double
I love
take
that,
when I
G.
saw the article, but yes, we'll take it, right?
I love it. I love it.
yeah, and I think that the recipe here is working, right? The recipe here is working, and it's a combination of things. I think you have a lot of the arts and culture
Hmm.
that's driven by the diversity of our community that some other cities like ours in size don't really have.
Hmm.
We welcome everyone. We don't care what you look like, what your economic status is, whether you got documents or not. We don't care. We want you in our city. And
Hmm.
because of that, we have an incredibly vibrant culture here. I mean, you just look at all the options for food
Hmm.
and that's just one example, right? And I think we're booming in a lot of other areas. I mean, just yesterday, I was on the New Haven Green for Black Wall Street,
Yes.
and last year was our first year doing this.
Yeah.
Adrian Jefferson, the director of cultural affairs, and Breed and a number of other kind of groups organized this. Last year we had 35 vendors.
Yeah.
This year we had over 150 vendors. So
Shout out to
you
Adrian.
can,
Wow.
She's
Wow.
amazing. So
Wow.
she's unbelievable.
she
She's
Wow.
really is.
unbelievable.
Yes.
Wow.
But so the recipe is working, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where people are coming to New Haven and people are thriving in the city because we welcome everyone, we embrace everyone's culture and try as in every way possible to elevate that culture and share with each other.
Hmm.
And I think that makes New Haven a very, very special place, which creates a lot of I think goodwill, but it also it gives us a competitive advantage over other cities
Right.
that don't have that kind of cultural diversity that can attract people.
That's right. The cultural diversity is a major piece of why we do so well. But so you taking a breath. You have a question to
No, I
follow
was
up?
going to ask him, how does
Yeah.
he take a breath? That was my next question to
Yeah.
him. You're all Mayor Elicker. I want to say Mayor Elicker. You're always so busy. Like, do you get a chance to sit back and relax a little? Are you, Board of Education, the campaign. I know the campaign right now. You got about 2 weeks before primary. Do you get a chance to sit back and just relax a little bit with the kids? You're still running. Let's just have a normal conversation.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. So, I appreciate you asking. I
Absolutely.
appreciate you asking. Um, I do. Sometimes I think, you kind of get caught up and you're so busy and there's just a million things going on. But I get to kiss my kids to in their beds every night as they go to sleep,
Yeah.
and sometimes I kiss them after they've gone to sleep because I get home late, right? But I see my kids every night. I wake up in the morning and make sure I get them breakfast and get them to school or to camp. And we find, I try to bring my kids to events that are appropriate. If there's a bouncy house at an event, it makes it a lot easier to convince my kids to show up.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
So I do have my moments, but it is crazy busy, like you said. And
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
think one thing in particular about this job is that you just never know if something's going to come up. The chief of police called me last night at 3 a.m. because we had a pretty bad shooting.
Yeah.
And you never know if there's something that's going to come up that's a crisis that you need to respond to. And
Mhm.
that makes the job challenging and interesting, but it also, I think can create a level of stress.
Yeah.
I love being available and I love showing up to everything because I think
Mhm.
it helps me be a better mayor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
It helps me understand what people are going through, hear from people firsthand, see it with my own eyes.
Yeah.
And I think generally people appreciate when I'm there because, at a minimum, it's people feel like they're heard, but
Mm-hmm.
more importantly, it gives me an opportunity to potentially make a difference because I may get some information or knowledge or some wisdom from people that I didn't have before that can help me do my job better.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
What would you say is the most difficult part of the job? The piece that you'll be happy when it's all said and done to leave behind?
Um, so I find the most challenging part of the job right now is, frankly, we live in a world where some people are just totally disrespectful, don't listen to one another, kind of tear each other down,
Mm-hmm.
are completely unwilling to compromise in any way.
Yeah.
And that can be pretty disheartening, and it also can make the job difficult sometimes.
Right.
There's uh, a level of kind of negative rhetoric out there, whether it's on social media or oftentimes in person, that I find it's hard. It's hard, and people I think oftentimes don't understand just how challenging a lot of the issues are that we're facing and how
Mm-hmm.
difficult they are to resolve, and that even as mayor, I can't just snap my fingers and tell our staff, you got to do this and that. Often,
Mm-hmm.
almost every time,
Mm-hmm.
it might seem like there's an easy solution, and once you start to dig in, it's much more complicated.
Right.
So, I think that the thing that I struggle most with in the job is people just kind of tearing each other down and
Mm-hmm.
not willing to sit down and talk through things. All that being said, I actually think that's a small group of people. They
Mm-hmm.
often occupy a lot of the media and they often occupy a lot of the social media space because I
Mm-hmm.
think people just kind of inherently tend to be interested in reading negative things and
You're right.
such. But by
Unfortunately.
and large, yeah. But I go around the city and have positive conversations with like 10 people and one conversation that's negative, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
in the grand scheme of things, overwhelmingly people want good things for their city and want to be a part of the solution and understand that these things are really complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's jump right in. The mayor's race. How is that looking? We're 2 weeks away. Fundraising. You've been out campaigning. What's going on?
So it's looking good. I don't like to take anything for granted.
Okay.
And frankly, I'm concerned about a low turnout because there just hasn't been as much energy around this race as other races in the past. And I think that, people maybe are a little bit tired of election after election, and there hasn't been another candidate that's really kind of emerged as raised a lot of money or been out in the community for a really really long time that's been able to gain some momentum.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that when you have that kind of dynamic, it's possible that people may not get out to vote because they don't know that there's an election
Mm.
going on, or they might
Fatigue.
not think
Mm-hmm.
their vote makes yeah they might not think their vote makes a difference too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but we're working really hard to get the word out, and that's we'll be doing some mailings and some outreach before the election. We have a whole group of people that are out knocking on doors every day, making calls, and I hope people understand just how important it is for them to get out there and vote. You can't take anything for granted, and while the city has got a lot of work ahead of us, I think we're going in the right direction. I hope that people will make their voices heard.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah, we
Beautiful.
definitely want to encourage people with this platform. Use your power,
Absolutely.
use your vote. Get out and say whoever it is that you decide to vote for, make sure you use it. And there are people who died for that
Absolutely.
right.
I love it. I
Right?
love it.
So
I
so
love it.
definitely
Yeah.
make sure you're using that power that you have. Mayor, I have a question for you based on just sort of what I hear from young people, how hard it is to be a young person that's single in this city. That's one of the things that I hear just in terms of the expense of it. I know you've heard it a million times, right? But so
I thought this was
what
a
do you
I thought you were going to ask me like to give dating advice to people.
G
I'm
G
glad you
G.
weren't going
What's
down that
behind
road.
curtain number one?
He's
He's
blushing.
married, ladies, right?
That was a
But
good
so
one.
I do hear from a lot of young singles that are really struggling, like having to find roommates, having to try to piece together incomes as a young person to make it in New Haven. In terms mainly with housing, and you listed that among your main concerns. What do you say to those young voters to encourage them to come to the polls?
Yeah, I think you're right that this is the main thing here is it's a housing question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because believe it or not, there are actually a lot of pretty good jobs out there right now,
Mm-hmm.
there's we have a real challenge in City Hall and a lot of other companies in the city do as well of hiring right now. We have some pretty solid vacancies, so if people are interested in a job,
Mm-hmm.
apply to City
There's
Hall. You know,
work.
whether it's the police department or being a teacher, you know, there's all kinds of opportunities. But so I think the primary thing is it's a housing question, and our
Yes.
vacancy rate is very, very low right now, which means that there's just not a lot of available units. And like anything, when you don't have a lot of available anything, the price goes up, right? And
Yeah.
this is something that New Haven's experiencing, but you're seeing cities around the nation experiencing this, and it's increased tragically the number of people experiencing homelessness right now. It's increased the percentage that people pay of their income on rent. It's a real
Mm-hmm.
challenge. We've been implementing a comprehensive approach to addressing the housing challenges, and so there's all different areas that we're working on to expand support for housing. And so at the different income levels for people that are experiencing homelessness,
Mm-hmm.
we're bringing on more emergency beds. I submitted not this past week, but the week before, a proposal to the Board of Alders to purchase a hotel
Mm-hmm. I
that will
saw that.
convert to
Mm.
yeah, our
Mm-hmm.
goal is to convert that to a shelter. We're bringing another 112 beds online.
Mm-hmm.
We've opened an additional temporary shelter with 50 beds as well. And so that's emergency housing. And then you've got your deeply affordable housing, your affordable housing. You have people that could potentially buy a home and need a little boost there. So there's all different categories. And in each area, we're working on different initiatives. So over the past 3.5, 4 years since I've been mayor, we've brought on over 900 new and renovated affordable units, including some deeply affordable units, and we've got another 900 plus in the pipeline. And that's a list of Ashman and Canal. There's a major affordable program project going on there. Beulah Land Development
Yes.
is doing a major initiative on Dixwell
Yes.
Avenue. I just visited it last week. It's amazing to see that
I
thing go
drive
up.
past it almost daily. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
at the end of along the boulevard and Route 34 there, Jerry Poole is a gentleman that's been working on an affordable initiative for a long time, and they've started to break down. So there's like all these examples of affordable units, but we just can't keep up with the demand
Right.
here.
Right.
And another category that we have been working on is homeownership. So we have a down payment assistance program
Mm-hmm.
where if people want to purchase a home and they're at an income level where we're confident they'll be able to pay their mortgage, but they may need a little boost to make this initial down payment, the city can actually give a forgivable loan. So
Wow.
if you buy the home and you stay in it for a certain amount of time, then you don't have to pay back the amount that the city lends you for the down payment assistance. So
Yeah.
there's a bunch of things, particularly to renters too. You should note that if people are struggling if they're looking for a new place and they're struggling to pay the security deposit, we also have a program where people can apply and the city can help pay the security deposit. So
Oh,
there's a
Those are
ton of things
considerable
going on.
good
helps.
things.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
wonder, just like you said, with people's fatigue with voting, if maybe there's fatigue in finding information, because this is considerable information that would offer considerable help. The down payment assistance is
Absolutely.
huge.
Absolutely.
It makes a difference between whether somebody is a homeowner or not for many.
right.
And the down payment for the
The
apartments,
the
the
security
security
deposit
deposit.
assistance
Oh,
too.
that's amazing.
Yeah,
Loving it.
Yeah.
and we'll do press conferences. We try to do a lot of outreach on them, and still like we
Yeah.
can't do enough.
Yeah.
And people are like, what?
You
You
always
really
hear
do?
people say you don't do enough, and
Yeah.
then they don't know what it
So
is
you
that
guys
is
can
being
help
done.
today, right? I mean,
Yes.
that's what this is about as well, is getting the
Yes.
word out about the programs that we have.
Yes.
So, Mayor Elicker, the Board of Education,
Mhm.
new superintendent, school year starting, primary coming up. How does that look with the Board of Education? We're very excited about the new superintendent. She's going to be a guest coming on.
And that was quite a long process getting a person in place.
Absolutely.
So
We're excited
It
about the choice.
was.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I think so. I think we could be really proud. I'm glad you brought up the process because I
mhm.
think we could be really proud about the process of identifying a new superintendent. It was we hired an outside organization that has expertise in kind of managing the hiring process that helped us review a lot of the applicants and kind of reduce the number to a handful of finalists and then facilitate the interviews. And, frankly, on controversial decisions or let's say big decisions,
Mm-hmm.
when was the last time you saw the Board of Ed vote unanimously on pretty much anything? And the entire board was so excited to vote to support the hiring of Dr. Madeline Negron, our new
Mm-hmm.
superintendent. She's been in the position since July 1st, and she's hit the ground running. As you can imagine, I meet with her quite regularly, and we have all kinds of regular conversation to check in on how things are going. And she's staying and doing all the right things, right? Her focus is on reducing absenteeism and on literacy.
Yeah.
So getting the kids in the chairs, right, is so
That's
key,
right.
because if we don't have kids in school, and there's a lot of reasons why we face some challenges here, but if we don't have kids in school, they can't learn.
Yeah.
And then literacy is the gateway to all other learning, right?
Mm-hmm.
If young people can't read, they can't access, they can't even do a math problem.
Right.
They can't access science. So getting our kids to a foundation of literacy that's really solid is very, very important.
Right.
And those are her two priorities. And she's not just saying this, but she is doing the work, and she's presenting the board with a plan on how she's going to accomplish these things. There's a lot of excitement here. I'll be really direct. We have a lot of work to do. We were in a bad place before the pandemic, right? Our kids were not across the board succeeding. We're not getting the resources that they needed. And there's a lot of complicated reasons why, that are not just about New Haven, but about our frankly very segregated system of education in the state of Connecticut. But we have a ton of work to do, and the pandemic made it even more challenging.
Yeah.
All that being said, I think we're all rowing in the same direction, and I'm very optimistic for the coming year.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Mayor Elicker, so November comes. If you win the election, the next 2 years after that, give us a picture. What does the city of New Haven look like?
Yeah, I think the major challenge we are facing right now is on housing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm confident. I think we have to be on top of the education piece, and I'm confident the superintendent is going to be steering the ship in the right direction. And on the city side, we have actually invested $3 million in an after-school and summer tutoring program on reading and math as well. So we're helping support that. I think the struggle is around housing.
Yeah.
Because we are continuing to see more people that are unhoused. We will continue to see this challenge where we just do not have enough supply in our city of housing, and affordable housing, and deeply affordable housing that our residents need. And so I think we need to do a lot more work there.
Mm-hmm.
And number one, that's just build more residential units, period, so that there's more supply. And we've
Drive
proposed
down
changing
costs.
some,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we've proposed changing some of the zoning to the Board of Alders, and they're reviewing our proposal right now, particularly in the Long Wharf area, so that we'll have allowed a lot more density, so that we will just have a lot more possibility for units.
Yeah.
We also, what's great is that the Board of Alders approved my team's proposal to require new developments to have a percentage of affordable housing within their development.
Mm-hmm.
And so whenever we increase density and we have new developments come online, inherently there's going to be a law that says you have to have a certain
Right.
percentage of affordable units in that. But I think this is going to be a major challenge moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
And frankly, we also need to see movement by our suburban partners. There's a
Mm-hmm.
active objection to development, and from many of our other towns, let alone affordable. A lot of the other
Right.
towns don't want to see any development,
Status
and we
quo
can't
is
do this
fine where
alone.
they are, right? So
Yeah.
we can't afford to be in that place, right?
No, and the state can't afford to be in that place, and
Mm-hmm.
we need to do things together here and see
Mm-hmm.
more movement from them.
Mm-hmm.
You're
But
downtown.
I think, just to finish up, because it's a
Go
pretty
ahead.
big question of what the
Absolutely.
next couple of years are going to look like. The city's going in the right direction, right? And I think that we talked about growth. the pandemic, we saw a pretty significant increase around the nation in violence. Those numbers are going in the right direction. We've seen many fewer shootings this year than last year, and we're continuing to see that trend. And overwhelmingly, we're investing in particular because we got a lot of funding from the federal government from ARPA funds and a lot of our Black and brown owned businesses to build more equity. And we're seeing a lot of small businesses open up. I mean, New Haven is, if you ask pretty much anyone in the state what city is booming right now and what city has a lot of future potential, they'll say New Haven because all of our economic indicators are through the charts, and I think by and large people are feeling really optimistic.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That is amazing. Yes.
So we're gonna end this, but before we end, I mean, because I'm looking at the time.
Ugh.
I know.
He hears me. I grunt. I'm like, we haven't even scratched the surface.
I know
because we
He's the
wanted to
boss.
we got a
It's
lot of
all
big
right.
topics to cover, right?
No, we wanted to bring the mayor on. We wanted to just flow. We wanted to just hear your point of view about the city where we are now, what it's going to look like 2 years from now. We just wanted to give you that platform. But I like hearing things about that people don't know about you. So when we first had your first interview, a lot of people came to us later and said, I didn't know that about the mayor. I didn't know he was from here. I didn't. Tell us. I want to. Let's just do something with him. Give us your top 3 movies that's out right now. What do you watch? Because you have to have some.
Oh man.
You and the wife. Yes, you and the wife watched the movie. What was the last movie you and your wife watched together?
Well, so my movie list is like kids movie.
Okay, I'll take it.
It's like Frozen.
Yeah, when you've got kids of a certain age, that's
Yeah.
it. I get it. I was there. Yes.
Yeah.
PJ Mask. I don't know if you.
I know
What? What is
PJ,
it?
Stuff
PJ
that-
Mask.
Oh,
You're
I
long
never
past
heard.
that.
Yeah,
You've never heard of any of it, right? It's like
I
all the kids movies nowadays.
Okay.
But yeah, we've watched a lot of kids movies. What Tangled? There's actually, and they're pretty good at making the kids movies entertaining for adults as well. Usually they
that's the
sneak in
mode.
some jokes that the kids can understand.
That'll be over their heads and funny to you.
Totally.
How about the Barbie movie? Are your girls interested?
So my wife, I watched my girls one night, and my wife and her friend went out to watch it. And I'm not. We have a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old. So I'm not
Maybe
sure
not
they're ready
quite.
for Barbie.
No. I hear the themes in that are not quite for
Maybe
5 and 8.
not quite there.
Yeah.
However, I kind of want to watch it, and maybe I shouldn't admit that publicly, but I kind of want to
It's
watch
all
it myself.
right. It's all right.
Exactly.
Come
Exactly.
on, fly
No,
the
you're
flag.
supposed to. See, that was the best part. That was the fun
Yes.
part. I don't want to get that. I just wanted to get you to relax, loosen up, smile, have a good time.
He knew I was going to ask the questions about politics and education
Absolutely.
and school and
Yeah.
housing.
Yes.
I can't help myself.
So
Well, you're a good team, right? You're a good team to cover.
we try to be. Give it to me, G. We try to be. So, okay. So now, Gigi has, before we do ask the last 3 questions, this is open dialogue. Tell us anything you want to tell us going on. Now, are you ever thinking about writing a book? You ever thought about writing a book?
Not really. No, it's
Too busy.
yeah. I got too much going on. I got too much going on.
All right.
I actually wish I had more time to read because I feel like I feel like I have a lot more to learn from other people than people have to learn from me. And there's so much, there's so much wisdom out there in the world, but I haven't thought about writing a book.
All right.
Any debates coming up? Will there be any for the mayoral race?
Typically there's one debate that's hosted by the Democracy Fund. So I'm participating in New Haven's public financing program, which the goal is to kind of get big money influence out of politics. And one of the requirements of the fund is that you participate in a debate, and they haven't scheduled it yet, but that'll be scheduled in the next 2 or 3 weeks. I'm confident.
Okay. So
All
look
right,
out for that.
Mayor Elicker, here we go. We're going to end like this.
What is or are your top 3 podcasts that you listen to for entertainment or to get some wisdom? Or a wonderful podcast that I know where you might get some of both. I don't know.
Lateef and Gigi, right?
There you go. There you go. There you go. Hey, we're national. We're national.
Well
we're
done.
national.
Yeah. I also like I'm kind of nerdy with This American Life and The Daily. I like those two as well.
Yes, NPR. That's part of NPR, right? This
Correct,
American Life.
correct,
Yes,
yeah.
that's a good one.
I think The Daily, maybe the New York Times, something like that, and then This American Life, I think, is an NPR piece. But
Nice.
yeah, they're good.
Mayor Elicker, on behalf of Jazzy Conversations, I'm Teef.
And I'm Gigi.
Thank you for coming on. Have a great night. Take care, Mayor.
Good to see you all.
Good to
Thank you
see
all.
you.
Take care. All right.
That was fun.
Yeah, you
He,
were right. You were right.
he makes it so easy. You just
Yeah.
kind of sit back and enjoy the interview. I know
Yes.
you wanted to dive in.
No, I appreciated the balance
Yeah,
because like, what are you
it
watching?
was
What
our
do you?
first day
Yeah.
back. It was our
Mm-hmm.
first day back. We've been off for
Mm-hmm.
like 3 weeks, and
Mm-hmm.
we wanted to come back and just boom,
Yeah.
come back with the mayor. That was great.
That was a
That
good
was fun.
job.
That was
Yeah.
fun. It's the
Yeah.
second time on,
Yeah.
and so but with the mayor, he's so polished. You could just kind of sit back and enjoy the interview.
He really is, and he does this
Yeah.
all day.
All day. And I wanted
Yeah.
to throw some fun parts in there because I know
I
he's like, I don't
appreciated
want to answer
that.
these questions.
I appreciated the pushback. That was good. That was good. And
G?
let's not forget the beginning of the show when I slam dunked the questions about New Haven.
Gigi
Let's
is so
not forget
fun.
that.
Gigi is so fun. She's a nut. On behalf of Jazzy Conversations, I'm Teef.
And I'm Gigi.
Have a great night, guys. Take care.